Hey, Pop Culture Pals, I'm here with something a little bit different today. A little taste of my childhood. I've got a couple of teen magazines from the late 1970s to share with you. These are both Tiger Beat from 1977 with a heavy emphasis on my favorite teen idol, Shaun Cassidy. And I have to laugh when I saw these come up on Whatnot, where I got them. I did have to fight another Shaun fan to get them. So sorry. I did let her have some. I didn't get them all from the guy. I did let her take home a few of them. But I told them, and they did not believe me, that after having posters of Shaun on my wall for many, many years, I did finally, in my adult years, many, many years later, did get to meet Shaun, finally on the set of Ruby and the Rockets that he was producing, starring his brother. His whole family worked on it. It was amazing. Fun show from that respect. Again, didn't last long. Granted, it wasn't the greatest television, but it was really fun to see all the Cassidys in one place. David, Ryan, Patrick, and Shaun. And I got to meet them all and have my picture taken with them, which was delightful. So we're going to take a little peruse through here. This was the December issue, as you can see, from all the little Merry Christmas and all of that. And we'll just take a quick look through, and I hope you enjoy this little trip down memory lane. What have we got here? Oh, Bay City Rollers. They were the other really huge star at this time. And we have Agree Cream Rinse and Conditioner, which does not exist any longer. Leif Garrett was the other guy who was, sorry, not Leif Garrett. Leif Garrett is well represented in these magazines. This is Willie Ames from Eight is Enough. And I have a question for you TV fans. Why does nobody show Eight is Enough? Is it even available on DVD? I'll have to look. I really enjoyed that show. And I'm surprised that it hasn't popped up on television more often. It was very, wholesome. Was there somebody in the show that has become, a hot button issue that people don't want to put it out? I don't get it. It was a really super show, as I recall, and very family friendly and kind of like a modern Waltons, if you will. So, yeah, who knows what happened to Eight is Enough. And here we have our other side of the Hardy Boys, Parker Stevenson, whom I also did get to meet in a little bit more structured setting. It was at a convention, and where I got his autograph and got to take a picture with him. Parker's got a key problem. So these guys were my absolute favorites through my end of my high school years into when I moved to New York City to go to acting school. And yeah, they were, again, Hardy Boys was one of my favorite things on television. I had all of Shaun's records. I was a big fan. The other thing I found really fun with these magazines are these t-shirt ads and poster ads. Man, I'll tell you, if anybody still has these t-shirts, they're probably $300 to $500 shirts. Here's a Sylvester Stallone t-shirt and poster. Star Wars, Let the Force Be With You. Star Wars t-shirt and poster. Tiger Talk, Tiger Beat. And here we have more Shaun. Will success spoil Shaun? And the Secrets of Shaun Cassidy book that you could buy. I'm sure as a kid I wanted to buy all of these books. $1.50 for the copy plus 25 cents for postage. Wow, 25 cents. Here's Leif Garrett, who honestly, I can't tell you one thing that he was in other than I want to say was he in Family and play like a boyfriend of Chrissy McNichol? I know that he was kind of a little bit of a pop star, and I think he just did a bunch of maybe TV movies and guest spots. But did he ever have his own show? I know I could look it up, but I didn't think of it till right now. More Bay City Rollers. What is this? When you're turned on to someone special, turn on Lightums, the new electric pendant that says you care. Flick the switch and glow. Choose his sign or yours. So Sagittarius was Donny Osmond. Look, that's me. Leif Garrett was a Scorpio, and Shaun is a Libra. Fun-loving. Those are kind of wild. Anybody have one of those? Robbie Benson, who was a movie star at the time. Again, I can't off the top of my head tell you what he was in, but I know I've seen some Robbie Benson movies. Bay City Rollers. These do have a few little weird cutouts. Something's missing from that spot. Oh, a couple of weird little cutouts. Elvis, how did he get in here? Lance Kerwin, who was known as the star of James at 15. Oh, he was born in Newport Beach. I know him mostly, or not that I know him mostly, I would mostly associate him with the TV Salem's Lot. that he's in and is very excellent in. My Brother John Travolta. So this is an article about John Travolta written supposedly by his sister. All-Star Beauty Secrets. I hate to break it to you all, but most of this stuff was written by staff writers who pretended to be all these people, or maybe interviewed them once and then wrote these things down. I worked for one of these magazines once later in my writing years. Shaun Cassidy's private photo album. Could you really... Oh, a date with Shaun Cassidy. That's a dream come true. Could you really date him? This is about... Yes, this is a fantasy. What would happen if you went out on a date with Shaun Cassidy? Those things were so popular. A big Tiger Beat super special issue. Oh, here we go. Stingray is the title of Mark Hamill's new movie. Some Mark Hamill pictures. Richard Thomas and Susan Terrell in a movie. Sneak preview. I don't know if I have to look this hard to know what the name of the movie is. Oh, is he starring as James Dean, playing James Dean in a movie? No, I don't know. Poster book. All your favorite stars. Hollywood headlines. Carrie Fisher has a new craze. Wonder Woman. The Haley brothers are a little bit kind of scary looking in that picture. Sorry, boys. Robert Blake and Chrissy McNichol and Peter Frampton with the hair. Okay, I like Peter Frampton too. Strictly Gossip. We do have all the Charlie's Angels in here. Cindy Williams, Linda Carter, more Carrie Fisher, Karen Valentine. Oh, the Donny and Marie special. And here we get into some more of the Angels and Pamela Sue Martin. Oh, it's a shame this one's coming apart. So, of course, she was Nancy Drew to the Hardy Boys. Girls are terrific. Farrah Christie, Connie Newton. Oh, I think she's from 8 is Enough. Devin Erickson in Young Daniel Boone. But I know her for some other things. I'm not sure what. I feel like I saw her in a lot of, like, Simon and Simon, maybe, and other TV shows of the era. Here's Donny and Marie. Tiger Beat interview. What have we got here? Oh, Clark and James, like real brothers. Clark, Brandon, and James McNichol. But he looks like the kid... Oh, is it not him? James McNichol. This calling him Clark something. He looks like the kid who played... Oh, God. Matthew Powers. Some kind of one of those early teen Sid and Marty Krofft kid live action films. But they were in the Fitzpatricks. I think I got it mixed up with somebody else. There's a nice pull-out poster of Leif Garrett looking all fancy with his feathered hair. Oh, Starsky and Hutch, get in here. Do you notice any difference? Aren't you glad to see beautiful Paul Michael Glazer's face back on your TV every week? For a while, word was going around that things could never be the same between Paul and David Soul after Paul tried to leave the show. But can you see the difference? Yeah, I actually read an interview with Paul Michael Glazer in not a teen magazine, in After Dark, which is a little more edgy magazine, where they were heading into the second season of Starsky and Hutch, and he was already starting to say that he was concerned about being typecast and the fact that they weren't allowing him to sort of grow the character, that Starsky was kind of just the same guy week after week, and he felt like he really wanted to stretch and do some different things, but clearly he stayed for a few more seasons. Win love gifts from Shaun and Leif. Look at that. You could win this monkey with Shaun's DNA and this bear. Leif kissed this bear, and you could have it for your own. Grant Goodeve, that's 8 is Enough. Oh, Patrick Duffy, who at the time was the man from Atlantis, but also known for Dallas. Oh, and here's the 3. Here's all of our Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew posters. Those are very common shots of them. Shaun the DJ. With Shaun's sexy, deep voice, he's the perfect candidate for disc jockey. Man, I'll tell you, after a couple of months of Hardy Boys being on the air, they were probably really stretching to try to find new things to say about these guys. God bless them. Fish, that's kind of unusual. That was a spinoff of Barney Miller that I'm a big fan of Barney Miller. I do remember this show being kind of entertaining. Not as good as Barney Miller, but certainly was kind of an interesting, fun show. Kevin Brophy, who was Lucan, the wolf boy on television. Woody, who's out to hurt him. I think that's one of the Bay City Rollers. And then you always had that movie star directory you could get so that you could get all the facts about all your favorite stars. More Tiger Beat questions. Oh, I guess wanting to know if something about Eve Plum and Shaun Cassidy. Yes, and Parker Stevenson. Real life, Parker does have a brother and a sister, too. His 14-year-old brother's name is Hutch, interestingly enough, and his sister is Sarah. They sold everybody star dress book, so you can find all their dresses. Leif Garrett on tour. Again, look at these crowds. Can you believe people showed up like this for Leif Garrett? I mean, no insult to the young man. I was never a fan of his music. I did, again, was very into Shaun Cassidy. Probably your average person couldn't tell the difference between the two of them. But, sorry, I'm a Shaun girl. Farrah Fawcett and Elvis Presley sneaks in there. I don't know why. I'm surprised anybody of this age group even knew who he was. My friend, Shaun. This is supposedly an article written by Shaun Cassidy's friend. Val and Mac polishing up. Oh, so little Valerie Bertinelli and Mackenzie Phillips, One Day at a Time. Who are these guys? A hit on the Keens. So the new two young brother act that they were trying to promote, I don't think got very far, as far as I know. More Bay City Rollers. Huge at the time. I will admit their music was fun to listen to. Secrets of Parker Stevenson. Starland Vocal Band. Oh, I forgot about them. Afternoon Delight. They were great. San Pedro Beach Bums. Not my favorite TV show. One of my friends was a huge fan of that show. Another magazine. The Truth from Shaun and Parker. Here's Shaun and Parker telling the truth about things. Do we think they're really telling the truth of things? Shaun's hair is more flyaway than Parker's, which means a few more trips to the makeup table for quick combing. Doesn't it look great? It is actually an interesting shot. I don't know how well you can see it. I guess I don't want to mess with the frame. I've never seen that behind-the-scenes shot of Shaun. I'm assuming on Hardy Boys. Maybe it's also at a concert. But more Leif Garrett. The Knott's Berry Farm. That's so funny. These are like statues that sit on the benches in Knott's Berry Farm. There's a set of cowboys and then these saloon girls, and you can sit there. Oh, he was in Knott's. More Donny and Marie. Oh, I guess they wanted the official Hardy Boys Nancy Drew fan club. They wanted to become a member, maybe. Oh, no, they didn't cut out the membership, just the picture. That's what they were going for. James McNichol. Get a giant Shaun Cassidy poster. Oh, that's a tricky thing. So look at this. They put one piece of the poster in each of 4 magazines. You had to buy all 4 magazines to get the full poster. That's rude. That's rude, let me tell you. Bay City Roller stickers. And final, some Tiger Beat pictures there. Oh my, check this out. Here's Woody. Bay City Rollers. So they were really famous for these crazy socks and the suspenders. This was like the big thing. And these like clam digger pants that they wore. What a look. What a look. I gotta look these guys up. What do they look like now? That'd be really funny. Do they still perform as the Bay City Rollers? Are they all still around? We're gonna take a look at one more magazine and then we'll probably save the others for another video. We'll enjoy those if you like this. So we're gonna have more Shaun Cassidy. Here we go. Look at Shaun. Look at this baby. I've never seen this photo. I have seen this as a popular photo of the family. So again, this is Patrick and Ryan. So when they did Ruby and the Rockets, Patrick was the star, Ryan worked on set design, I think, and then Shaun was producing and directing, and then David Cassidy was the other star. So David and Patrick, his half brothers, were together, and Shirley used to come every week, they told us, and sit on Friday tapings in the audience and watch the shows. All four of her boys working together. It must have been a real dream come true for her to see all of her boys working on a show together. It was really nice. And then some other shaggy. Shaun was so shaggy in his early days, I'll tell you. Parker Stevenson. More Shaun growing up. This is a great photo. I have seen this before. This is a picture of Shaun on the set of Partridge Family. Here's David and his mom, of course. The caption says that he begged to be on the show and wasn't allowed. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. I'm surprised he didn't at least guest once or something. I really wonder what Shirley's reasoning for that she didn't want him on the show. But yeah, that's a great picture behind the scenes of Partridge Family. The power of positive thinking for young people. Oh, here's that shampoo again. Oh, cut something out there. Oh, they cut this picture out, whoever this was, probably Shaun. And then some Tiger Beat secrets. Oh, here we are. We're at home with Pamela Sue Martin. Yes. She's very close to everyone at Tiger Beat's readers, and she invited them into her home. Here she is talking on the phone, sitting on the bed with her puppy, writing things at her desk, and relaxing in a chair, and cooking. Oh, and coffee. She's having some coffee. Exciting. More Bay City Rollers. Marie's secret love life. Oh my. Do we think Marie Osmond had a secret love life? Robbie's family spills the secret. So this is Robbie Benson. Collect an interview with Michael Lookinlin of the Brady Bunch. So another thing you could buy. Parker, and then there were two singers. Usually when one member of the family has talent in a certain area, like singing, other members do too. Parker Stevenson is a Hardy brother, and like Shaun, he sings. Okay, let's confuse reality with television again, because they are not in the same family. They play brothers on TV, but they are not related. Parker Stevenson apparently did a small gig trying to be a singer. I think he might have been a singer before. Shaun obviously was the bigger of the two in regard to singing. Shaun had, I would say that Parker had the more serious acting career, whereas Shaun really leaned into his music career. And then, if you don't know, Shaun Cassidy in the past, oh my gosh, 15, 20 years has been a major television producer, has worked on tons of really great shows and developed a couple of really amazing shows. American Gothic was his. Invasion, he was a producer of that, and I don't know, dozens of other shows. It's really how he makes his living now, is producing in Hollywood. Secrets of Parker Stevenson. More Leif, Garrett. More Farrah. Farrah arrested on shoplifting charges. A lot of people were shocked when this happened. She supposedly stole $116 worth of clothes from a boutique. Do we really think this happened? It's possible. You know, stars are human too. And lots of a little bit of everybody here. LeVar Burton pops in. Alice Cooper pops in. Oh, Todd Rundgren. Oh, here's my husband's favorite, Linda Blair. She was starring in The Exorcist, The Heretic at the time, which was not the best movie, we will say. So yeah, so she made it into the teen magazines a lot at the time. She and Shaun Cassidy were associated together for a while. I think they might have dated temporarily. It might have been a studio thing. Here's those Keen kids again, which I don't know whatever became of them. Here's more of my friend, Shaun Cassidy, somebody supposedly telling tales on his best friend. This is a very popular picture. I think it might be in one of the album covers. Oh, that's the album cover. Played this record till I ran out the grooves. To Do Run Run. Dumbest song, To Do Run Run. But again, didn't stop from being popular. Yeah, love that album. Henry Winkler's Unopened Mail. Goodbye, Jean. Oh, that was Jean Rassi, who was with Pamela Sue Martin and the Hardy Boys. They got rid of her when they changed the show format over. Ooh, Fozzie doesn't love Pinky. Oh, I guess Roz Kelly, who played Pinky Tuscadero, did not have nice things to say about Henry Winkler. That's a shame. I liked her for some reason. I don't really know what about it, but I did. Oh, My Doll ads. And look at that lovely Farrah photo. Questions and answers. I noticed they're really heavy on Farrah, not much on the other angels. The Hardy Boys free fly to Hollywood contest. Just imagine you, Shaun, Cassidy, and Parker Stevenson in front of the same TV cameras and seeing yourself on the actual show when it's televised. Is it too good to be true? Here's how you can win. So now, what I want to know, if you're out there somewhere and you're watching this, did you win this contest? Who won this contest? And what episode did they show up in? Because I have seen every episode of Hardy Boys many times, and I want to know which little background extra or somebody was the winner of this contest. And I hope it was for real, and I hope the person really got to do that. That'd be very cool. Willie Ames again from that, and a lovely Shaun at the beach. Not the best photo. It's got a little cutout on the top here. This, look at this. Oh, Starsky and Hutch, Close to Your Heart. T-shirt featuring TV super duo in vibrant living colors. You're going to want to have this shirt, and then you can have all three Charlie's Angels. This is a great shirt. I feel like I had this shirt. I feel like I had this decal back in the day. Again, depending how old you are, you'd go to like a store like Spencer's Gifts. You'd pick whatever color T-shirt you wanted, and then you'd go flip through racks and racks and racks of iron-ons. And you pick the iron-on you wanted, and they would iron it onto the shirt for you, and you had to wait for it to cool. And then they'd wrap it up, and you could take it home and wear it, and then wash it so many times that the decal wore off, which is why most of these shirts have never survived. What a shame. That was amazing back then. Yeah. Bay City Rollers, More Secrets of Shaun Cassidy, Meet the Eight is Enough Girls. Again, where is Eight is Enough? I want to watch the show. James McNichol, The Eagles. Oh, here's more T-shirts. Oh, that's a nice Starsky and Hutch iron-on, and that's a great Charlie's Angels iron-on. And here's posters. I think I had that poster. I think that one I did. I did enjoy Charlie's Angels, but I was not buying posters. This, I definitely had the poster. I had a poster on my wall. I think it might have been that one. Glacier and Soul, an unauthorized biography. Unauthorized biography. Star Wars comes to Tiger Beat, at least Darth Vader does. So here's Darth Vader hanging out in the Tiger Beat offices. More truth from Shaun and Parker. Shaun wasn't too good at waking up until the Hardy Boys came along. He's now learned to get up fast. Just not rare just to get up after only 4 hours sleep. And here's his secret photo album again. Meet Cheryl Ladd, the new angel. Bay City Rollers. Somebody got a little excited with that page. Oh, Paul Michael Glaser is back. Everyone was holding his or her breath, and we the hardest of all, while Paul decided if he was going to return to Starsky and Hutch or not. I can't believe it was up to him. Like, do we really think that he didn't have a contract that said, like it or not, you have to come back? But he did. Tiger Beat questions. Oh, Captain and Tennille. I liked them. Parker Stevenson's favorite girl singer is Linda Ronstadt. More Donny and Marie. They were sweet. I did enjoy the Donny and Marie show. It was very wholesome, but it was quite fun. Or My Brother John Travolta. Lenny Barry. You know you're hooked on him. I vaguely recognize the name, but I don't know. Doesn't even say what he's from. And cut something out there. The treasure chest. The Ruby News puzzle page, whatever that means. Super bargain page. Oh, you could get the David Cassidy book on a super bargain. David was on his way out, I guess, and Shaun was taking it over. Oh, here's Clark again. Come on, what is he from? No, I keep saying the Fitzpatricks, but I swear he was from something else, and I'm misunderstanding his name. I don't know. We got some cutouts on the Bay City Rollers here. Oh, no, that's Shaun up there. And stickers. Things you didn't know about Star Wars. Little R2 was really several robots, one inhabited by a small person named Kenny Baker, the others operated remotely. There are more than a dozen robots in Star Wars. You didn't know that. The inside of Luke's homestead was filmed in a hotel called Seedy Driss, which is actually a huge hole in the ground. 6 of the robots in the movie were entirely remote controlled and worked on the same system as remote control model airplanes. Chewbacca the Wookiee was the cast's favorite creature. Are these things you did not know? I bet you did know them. And here's Leif Garrett again on his dates. And we end once again with the Bay City Rollers. That's my trip down memory lane for the moment. I got a couple more of these. If you'd like to see a flip through of more Tiger Beat from the 70s, I would love to show it to you. I didn't even look at them before I shared them with you, so we got to experience the 70s together. You got to tell me the truth. Do you remember any of these people in these magazines? If you watched this video, you probably did.